Here's a bold claim making rounds in traditional Catholic circles. Some believe the changes brought by the Second Vatican Council share surprising similarities with ideas from the Protestant Reformation 500 years earlier. Is that a fair comparison, or a step too far? Let's look at the actual arguments on both sides. To understand this claim, we first need to look back at the Reformation itself. In the 1600s, Martin Luther broke away from the Catholic Church, rejecting the authority of the Pope and introducing new teachings, including the idea that individuals could interpret Scripture for themselves rather than relying solely on church authority. This idea, often called private judgment, became one of the defining features of Protestant thought. Now, some traditional Catholic commentators argue that certain reforms after Vatican II echo elements of that same idea. They point to changes in the Mass, where the priest began facing the congregation, using the local language instead of Latin, and placing greater emphasis on lay participation. Supporters of these changes say they were meant to help ordinary Catholics understand and engage more deeply with the liturgy. Critics, however, argue the changes moved too close to Protestant styles of worship, and some even cite comments from Protestant observers at the time who felt more comfortable with the updated Mass. Beyond the liturgy, there's also debate around how the Church started speaking about other religions. Before the Council, Catholic teaching often emphasized that non-Catholics were called to join the Catholic Church for the fullness of truth. After the Council, the Church placed a stronger emphasis on dialogue, calling other Christians separated brethren, and expressing respect for elements of truth found in other faiths. Supporters see this as a more compassionate, relationship-based approach to evangelization. Critics worry it softened the Church's traditional teaching about being the one true path to salvation. Another point of debate involves religious freedom. Before the Council, many Catholic countries had official ties between church and state. Vatican II's document on religious liberty shifted towards supporting freedom of conscience for individuals, similar to models already used in many Protestant nations. Supporters view this as a positive step toward human dignity and peaceful coexistence. Critics feel it moved away from older Catholic teaching on the Church's public role in society. So is this really Protestant influence, or simply the Church trying to speak to a changing world in a new way? That depends on who you ask. Traditional Catholics often feel these changes went too far, blurring important lines that once made the Catholic faith distinct. Meanwhile, other Catholics believe the Council helped the Church better connect with modern society without changing its core beliefs. Both groups say they care deeply about protecting the truth and integrity of the Catholic faith. They simply disagree on how that truth should be lived out today. This debate isn't going away anytime soon. And honestly, it's one of the most important conversations happening in the Church right now. So here's a question worth sitting with. Can the Church update how it communicates its message without changing the message itself? Where do you personally think that line should be drawn? Let us know in the comments. This is a discussion worth having with respect on all sides.